Our next guest is going to share how she balances her hectic work schedule with her home life. Please welcome the owner of the Avenue Home Collective, Melissa Sofia.
Just in time for a flyover. That's perfect. I love that we can fiddle around with the technology for, 10 minutes and
forever.
Then fly over.
Yes.
The sound of freedom.
That's right.
Melissa Sofia, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you? I'm here.
You are
so
here. It's great to have you
here. It's a good day.
It is a good day. I think, you just recently went to Big Bear.
I did.
With the whole family.
Yes.
And I saw that and I go, you know what? I want to have Melissa on to talk about work-life balance because you're one of those people. I got an email from you last night at 12:15 a.m. And you're obviously busy with your real estate practice.
Yes.
You have 3 young children.
I do.
So, let's dive into this.
Okay.
How do you balance all this stuff? Work, family, and you got to have fun at some point too.
You know what? Fun is very important to me, as you saw from my Big Bear trip. I have to say I'm definitely not one of those people that subscribes to this idea that I'm going to work really hard for 20 years, 30 years, and then I'm going to retire some far off day. It's really important to me to have not only work-life balance, but work-life integration so that I can maintain a level of happiness that is sustainable every day. I don't want to put off happiness to some far off day. So I think balancing fun into my work and family life is crucial. I wouldn't want to live life any other way. So I definitely, the first thing I do is make the decision. I learned a long time about myself that I am just not one of these people that can, live a life for the future. I wanna do it for today.
Do it today.
Exactly.
So in other words, why wait? Is kind of the idea because
why wait?
We, my parents, I'm sure your parents as well.
Yes.
They grew up in a totally different environment where it was like, hey, put in your 30 years at the company.
Right.
And then you'll be able to take it easy.
Right.
And that was kind of the process and what everyone was waiting for and what everyone was shooting for.
Right.
That was actually the dream.
It was the dream. Just work at your factory job for, 30 years and then, retire. But tomorrow is never promised. And, my dad actually used to really try to instill this, don't leave work for tomorrow that can be done today. And I took that and kind of turned that into, don't leave work or play for tomorrow that can be done today. So yeah, absolutely. I think that, one of the most important things is just making a deliberate decision about what your life goals are. Decide what is important to you, what you really want out of life. Some people really want flexibility. Some people really want travel. Some people really want the stability of a 9-to-5 job. That's great. Everybody's different. So I think it's super important to figure out what it is that's very important to you as far as your life goal, and then make that decision, figure out why it is that motivates you and why you want that, and let that fuel you and get you to those life goals. So, I think a big part of it is mindset and just the decision to actually live the life you want to live right now and not wait or put it off.
Yeah, I think in the past we talked about the old way. And it was a very compulsive life,
Yes.
Very routine. And we can get into routines really easily. We can slip into routines almost subconsciously.
Right.
And we're not aware that we're doing the same things over and over and over.
Yeah.
And the days can just disappear.
Yeah.
And then, it's all behind you. I think what everyone wants is the same, although it does change in the form that it takes.
Totally.
Physically. I think we all want the same thing, which is really just the freedom to be ourselves. I think that's what everyone really wants deep down, is just the freedom to be who you are, not have to be guarded, and not have to worry about, can I say this, can I do that?
Yeah.
And the best way to do that is to have fun and
Absolutely.
to be goofy and to just totally take down your guard. And I don't think we do enough of that.
Exactly.
But you and I if you could have seen what we were doing before before the show
Work
started,
equals play equals fun. That's how you have to live it. But I think that we both make the decision to say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to come into work and just, work and leave. We are making a career of what we feel is fun and makes us happy. I can tell that you're doing that because you're passionate about what you do and you're always so excited about, this new technology and this new idea. And you're hitting that place in life when you are just, everything is easily kind of falling into place. And, I think that a big part of it is, for me, I've always really liked helping people achieve the dream of buying and selling homes. I love helping them through this process that they feel is really scary and really daunting, and kind of just making them feel like it's easy. It doesn't have to be a big drama. It doesn't have to be a big problem. I can help them through it and not be in this super stressed out, I'm gonna freak out mode all the time.
So helping others relieve stress
exactly
is something that helps you fuel your passion.
Absolutely.
For having fun.
Absolutely.
Because there's two different ways. You can go from like neutral to the fun side, or you can come down some on the stress side.
Right.
And those are both going in the right direction.
I mean, for me, I have to put fun into everything I do. I just could never. I figured out at like 18 that I just could not go to work and just be someone that I wasn't. I just couldn't do that. I have to have fun incorporated into it. Even now, helping people buy homes is great. I've been doing it for 16 years though. So opening my own brokerage kind of opened new doors and new dreams for myself that made me more motivated and more excited to even further what I'm doing. Like, we're now incorporating things like helping figure out how to make agents and the whole real estate industry kind of more friendly and more easygoing. And but you know what I'm saying though? Like,
I knew you were struggling with something there. I just didn't know what it was. Like, what is this? You're never at a loss for words.
I'll tell you.
You want to make real estate agents more friendly.
No, well, but not just like I'm going to sell people homes friendly. I'm talking like,
I know I'm messing
you know
with
what I mean, though?
I get it. I totally get it. I just had to take that opportunity because you were at a loss there.
I was. Well, how do I not insult my industry? And no, just
you're not insulting anyone.
No,
the
it's
thing
true.
is, like, it's a very serious situation.
It is a very serious situation, but we don't have to make people feel like everything is so dramatic and just. There's definitely two sides of this business. There are people who kind of bulldoze everyone.
Yes.
And just, are kind of trying to be this hardcore, like, take me seriously agent and do it my way.
It's one of them right now.
Yeah, right there.
They're like
bulldozing
screw you, I'm still bulldoze your segment. Friendly this.
See? Friendly. Friendly
I'm going to fly over 4 times in a row. It's never been done before. Watch.
Exactly. Yeah, but I just think that like the whole process doesn't have to be like that. As an industry, we can all be working together.
Make it 5.
Make it 5.
This is the biggest middle finger I've ever got in the studio.
It's like my challenge.
Screw your live broadcast.
Can she talk louder than the Jets? Which I can. That's definitely possible.
How about for people who are struggling with this? Like, what's a step one? Like, there's so many people who are so stressed out. It's so sad.
Yeah.
I met with I don't want to say too much, but I met with some people recently, and one of them is so stressed out.
Right.
About everything. And it's like, I think if you take on the idea that things are a bigger deal than they really are,
absolutely,
then you can seriously, like, if you start to believe in your own fear,
absolutely,
then you can apply it to anything. You can be afraid to do anything. You can be afraid to walk down the stairs. You can be afraid to get in your car. So I think a lot of people are afraid to have fun, afraid to set aside time because they will lose something on the work side
100%.
Of things. And you are talking about fully integrating both, like social, work, like it's all one thing.
It's all one thing for me.
It's because a lot of people say you have to draw a line, like you have to, stop working and so that you can do family. You have to stop working. Is that true? I mean, how do you put those things together?
Well, first of all, that's a few questions in one, but absolutely. I think that one of the most important things we were talking about is making the deliberate choice. So a lot of it is mindset. So I know that I can do it. Dan and Katie, thanks for this. I come out of a place of hope rather than fear. Mm-hmm. I don't let fear control my life. I don't think I can make it. I don't think I can do it. I don't think it's going to work. That doesn't ever cross my mind. Because I know I can do it, I just do. So I definitely think coming from a place of hope rather than fear is very important. And making time for yourself and making time for the things that you love and that are important for you are absolutely crucial. It reminds you who you are, and it kind of gives you a new life, a new breath of joy and happiness, and it helps you incorporate that spark from inside you into what you do. And when you're happy, you are attracting people to you. So especially for a business like real estate, and there are a lot of, everything.
Doesn't matter what
Doesn't
you
matter
do.
what you do. When you incorporate happiness into it.
The guy at Starbucks who's super nice that you
Exactly.
remember.
100%.
Like, it doesn't matter
Yeah.
what it is you're doing. People enjoy other people who are enjoying life. Even if they're a complete Scrooge.
Exactly.
They'll actually get a little bit of joy.
I love that.
If you're joyful around them.
That's one of my favorite things to do.
If someone's Scrooging.
Yeah, if there's somebody
You go poke
Scrooging,
'em,
just
you go give it to them, give them the business. You're like, hey, buddy, hey, there.
No, it's true though. What is life if we're not walking around the world and helping to make it a better place? Even if it's just smiling at somebody, even if it's just kind of lightening the mood in a place and making it a better place. It's better for you to just be there yourself if
True.
it's a happier place. But I just think it's so important. And I don't mean to sit here and sound like Little Miss Sunshine, but it is. It absolutely making yourself making it a priority to bring happiness into your life, whether that be, for me, I always make time to spend time with my husband. I like to do little things, even if it's just dropping my daughter off at school, making dinner for my family every night, setting aside certain things that are important to them and to me. It fuels me. Even doing like a quick getting your nails done, going to a spa day, and definitely vacations. I'm a vacation addict. I really think it's important to get away, even if it's a staycation.
Yeah.
Once a quarter.
A little simple getaway. Doesn't have to be anything elaborate or crazy.
No. Here's the thing. What is life that's worth living if you are not enjoying it? And here in America, we actually have this very, very, very work-centered culture. When you're traveling around the world, it's not as much like this everywhere else.
Yeah.
A lot of other countries, they're focused on family and eating and vacationing. And here we have to constantly remind ourselves to give ourselves a break a little bit. If we want to make it through life and, not die of stress and enjoy it, then we really have to incorporate these things.
Maybe marry an Italian.
Marry an Italian. That helps. That helps, definitely. Well, and,
Do you want to eat well?
It's true. But just as far as getting it all done, people are always asking me, how do you get it all done? I think definitely part of it is mindset, knowing that I can do it and just getting it done, but also increasing efficiency. I put a lot of tools to use. For me, I'm constantly making lists. I literally don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. I have to look to my calendar to see it because I utilize my calendar so much to increase my efficiency.
By the way, that's a huge tip. I can't tell you how many
Huge.
people aren't using calendars. It's simple. It's on your phone.
Oh my gosh.
And you don't have to think. You don't have to remember stuff. You don't have to
No.
worry about what's going on tomorrow. It's all right in there. You
Right.
can look at it the night before and go, okay, I see what's going on.
Exactly.
That's a huge stress reliever for me. Is to because I don't even know what's going on tomorrow until today's done.
Right.
I worry about today.
Exactly.
And then tomorrow we'll worry about tomorrow.
Exactly. So, it's kind of like you were saying, you're kind of building a routine in, but it doesn't have to be, a routine, like a boring routine.
Same old.
It doesn't have to be same old. You are just utilizing your calendar to fit more things in. The more things that you can put in your schedule. For me, I'm a night owl, as you know. So, in the morning, I'm waking up with my family. I have kids. I have a 6-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old. So it's a lot, but I don't want to make them feel like, put your shoes on, get in the car, like, let's go after work. I want them to also remember, like making breakfast and having like a nice start to the day. So I really set aside some time for my family in the morning, and that's important to me. So at night, when they're all asleep and they're quiet, I can email you.
Yeah, and you do, and that's
I
awesome.
do.
But that's great though. You've set your priority.
Exactly.
You can spend time with the kids first. You can email me later.
Exactly.
And I think that's the big takeaway from that statement is
setting
that
parameters.
This is what's most important to me, so I'm going to do that first. And that's where people get lost is they disprioritize stuff, and that's when you start to feel like life is a trap.
Exactly.
But I promise you, life is not a trap.
It is not.
The exit is always open.
It is. Setting parameters for
Everyone's trying to dodge the exit.
It's true.
That's the truth.
It is.
If you start to feel like life is a trap, it's because you haven't prioritized properly.
Right.
It's not a trap.
Right. And setting parameters for your success is absolutely super important. You know, I will not answer all of my text messages and all of my calls and all of my emails as they come in. I would drown under that. So I set aside a time in my calendar. You know, I set aside certain time periods of my day that are dedicated to knocking all of those things out because I could increase my efficiency.
I respect that, by the way, because I do the same thing.
Right.
I know sometimes people are like, how come I only get an email from you like during a certain same time of the day?
Right.
Because I don't want to email you back and forth 20 times.
Right.
You know, I want you to know that this isn't a conversation we're having here. Like you know, if you want to have a conversation, call me.
Yes.
We'll have a conversation. We're not going to have a conversation through email.
Exactly. And I even use Calendly, and you know, have you looked into that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they can schedule a time in your calendar.
Totally. I actually used to use that a lot. Well, great stuff. This is all really, really good stuff. I think the keys here are hashtag Little Miss Sunshine for anyone who wants to share this video. And if you
hashtag Lady Glitter Sparkle.
or if you want to share some of these secrets from someone who has a 2, a 4, a 6-year-old, an Italian husband, and great hair, then, you know, here you all got it right here live on the Smarter San Diego page. Thank you for that. And if you're tuning in on television, stick around for more Smarter San Diego. Stick around for more Smarter San Diego TV, where we guarantee to make you smarter than everyone else. Commercial free.